Hi, my name is Amanda for those of you who don't know me, and a little bit about myself. I love cookies and I have an amazing partner who recently made some for me, and I won't tell you how much I ate. So there you go, a little inside scoop on me. So today, I wanted to do a little movement practice, and themed around intention. So I did a little Google search of what intention means, and one of the things that came up, I'm just going to read it out to you, and this was on verysmartgirls.com, and it says, an intention is a goal or a vision that guides your activities, thoughts, attitudes, and choices. You can set an intention in any area of your life, physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. Although intentions start with a mental picture of your goal, intentions require focus, action, and positive energy to manifest. So that was one of the first things that stood out to me and I wanted to share with you. And there's a few other quotes that I will also share with you in a moment. So if you're not already in a seated position, you can come join me here. If you have a yoga mat, you can use a yoga mat, or you can just be on a carpet. If you have harder floor surfaces, a mat would be helpful, or just anything, you can even use a blanket underneath you, just don't slip. So just get all the materials that you need if you don't have them already to be comfortable to practice. Okay, so in a seated position, whether that's cross-legged or your legs are out, so just as long as you're comfortable, that's all that matters. I'm going to be in a cross-legged position. Bring your hands to your knees if you're in a cross-legged position, and you can just gently close your eyes or lower your gaze to the floor and just have a soft focus. And just take a moment to bring your attention to your breath. Notice your inhales and your exhales. Maybe you can feel your belly expand as you inhale, and as you exhale, your belly go towards your spine. Maybe you notice your chest rise a little bit on your inhale and lower on your exhale. Just take a few more breaths here. Noticing your inhales and your exhales. And I'm going to read 2 quotes about intentions that I found. As you just keep your eyes lowered or closed and listen to my voice. A real decision is measured by the fact that you have taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided. I'm going to read that one again. A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided. Tony Robinson. First, it is an intention, then a behavior, then a habit, then a practice, then a second nature, then it is simply who you are. Brendan Burchard. First, it is an intention, then a behavior, then a habit, then a practice, then second nature, then it is simply who you are. So, just take some time to think about an intention for your yoga practice today. Maybe that is, I'm just going to get through this video, or I'm going to intentionally try to breathe and not hold my breath, or think positive thoughts, and when something that's a little bit more negative comes up, reframe it. Whatever it is, pick an intention for your practice today. And once you have your intention in your mind, just repeat that to yourself 3 times. And when you're ready, you can gently open up your eyes and bring up your gaze. Hi, and we're back together. Okay, so if you're not in a seated position, come into a seated cross-legged position. And we're going to bring our arms out to the side, palms facing up. We're going to take a breath in and raise your arms up. Bring your gaze up if you'd like. And on your exhale, bring your arms down. And bring your gaze down. So inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. Do 3 more of those, just following your own breath rate. Last one. Okay, we're going to leave our right hand on the ground. Inhale, reach our left hand up. And on your exhale, reach up and over. Notice your legs, your hips, if they've raised up while you're reaching over. And see if you can put your legs on the ground, your hips on the ground, press into the ground to support you and reach up and over. Take a moment to notice your breath, the rhythm of your inhales and exhales. Any sensations that have come up, so if you feel a stretch or a pull or tingling. And on your next inhale, we'll come up, both arms up. Exhale, left hand to the ground and reaching up and over. Nice, pressing into the ground and hips on the ground, reaching up and over. Even here in our first posture, how can you practice that intention you set? Good. Inhale, coming up. And release the arms down. Beautiful. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring our elbows together, coming up and around, drawing big circles. Exhale, down. So inhale as your elbows come up, and exhale as they come down and around. So we'll do a few more of those. And just notice what you may be feeling in your body or hearing. I'm hearing some cracks and pops in my body. And you can go as fast or as slow as you want. Let's do one more. And let's switch the direction. So inhale, let's bring our elbows back and around. Exhale, up and over. Two more. Last one. Oh, that felt good to me. some tension in my arms are now released. Something that I noticed. Okay, so let's extend our legs out, and we're gonna bring them open a little bit, so like a V, and engage your belly, lift through your spine, and sit up nice and tall. And if this is uncomfortable for you, then just bring your legs in a bit, and you can always go against the wall to support you as well for a part of the posture. Let's flex our feet so our toes are pointing up. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in and a breath out. A few more of those. Just notice what you're feeling in your body just by sitting here. We're going to bring our hands up and interlock the fingers like you are going to stir a big pot, because that's the action we're going to do. And as we inhale, we're going to lean back. Notice when you feel your belly engaged and stop there. Exhale as we go to the left and over to the right as you reach for your toes, and then back again. So inhale and exhale. Stir the pot. Good. Let's do 3 more. Really reach for the toes. And 1 more. Good. Let's go in the other direction. So we're going to inhale, exhale, come forward, and back. Three more. I stopped counting, so I'll do 2 more, just because. And I'm feeling some warmth. You might feel warm. You might feel your breath starting to raise, elevate. I'll take a break. Walk your hands back up. Nice. So we're going to come to our knees and bring our hands on the ground, just underneath your shoulders. Knees about hip distance apart. Press your fingers into the ground, even your toes, the top of your feet. And we're going to do some balancing here. So we're going to extend our right foot back. And notice what that does to our balance. Kick through that back heel here. And if you come out of the pose, that's fine. Just come right back in. We're just playing with our balance here. And if you feel secure in this pose and want to try a bit more, your left hand, the opposite hand, you can just bring your fingertips up. Notice what that does in your body. And then bring it back down. Up and down. And if you want to take a next step further, you can extend that hand long. So choose your options. It could be just the foot extending back. It could be playing with your balance with your hands, or fully extending here. And bringing that intention back to mind as you explore this posture. Good. Continue. If you're extended, kick that foot back further, reach the fingertips. Everyone take a moment to check in with your breath. Are you holding your breath? Do you feel it in your belly, your chest? Just noticing. Okay, and slowly and gently come down. Take a seat back and reach your hands forward. You can rest your head on top of 2 fists, or you can rest your head on the ground. If you have a pillow around, you can grab a pillow and put it underneath your head. Lots of options here as we just take a little rest. Another option too, if you're uncomfortable, you can also spread the knees wide apart so there is space for your belly, and then you can rest that way as well. Let's take 3 more breaths here, and then we'll come up. Gently starting to walk your fingertips towards your body as you sit up. And we're going to go to the other side. So coming back into your tabletop option, hands underneath your shoulders, so a nice straight line. Fingertips spread, pressing into the ground, knees hip distance apart. And now we're going to extend that left foot back, kicking through that heel, reaching back. And you can even take a look behind you. Is it in a straight line, following your hip socket, or your foot out a little bit? Just notice and see what it feels like to bring it in a straight line if it's not. And just explore that. And choose your option. So you can stay here, or you can just kind of play with the other side and notice your balance here. And then you can also extend the right hand forward. Engaging your belly, kicking through that back heel, and reaching through your fingertips. All while remembering to breathe. Bringing your mind to that intention you set. 3 more breaths here. And gently coming down. Okay. My heart rate is going up. It's good. Lots of activation there for me, maybe for you as well. So we're going to come up to a standing position now. Great. Taking a look at your feet and bringing the weight forward into your toes just before you go off balance, and just exploring that. You can come into the toes and then out and then back in. And then we're going to bring our weight to our heels, so going back now. And if you fall out, that's okay. We're just kind of exploring our balance here. And let's bring our weight to the right foot. And then to the left. And then come back to center and just find your weight in both feet and see if you can, what does it feel like to feel balanced in both feet for you today? Just notice that. And now we're going to bring the weight into our right foot. See if you can press your toes down to help you balance. And when you feel like that leg, that foot has a strong support, you can just lift the left foot up. And then maybe start to bend the knee and raise it up so it's like at hip level. Great. And let's extend our foot out and then back in and out and in. Nice. Let's bring the knee to the right and twist our torso to the left and then come back and then twist. Just notice what that feels like in your body, what's happening in your legs, and then come down and shake it out a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to bring our weight to the left side, pressing that foot into the ground, feeling all parts of our feet, and bending our knees slightly so our knees are not locked. And when you're ready, lift up the opposite foot, right foot. Nice. And start to bend the knee as you lift it up, hip level. And then extend the foot and bend. And continue that for a few rounds, noticing what's happening to your balance and what you're feeling as you bend and extend the leg. Great, now keep that bend, come back to that hip level, and we're going to bring the knee over to the left as you twist your torso to the right, and untwist, and then twist. And twist the leg, and then twist. And just notice what that does in your body. And what's happening in your legs as you're balancing here. And slowly come out. Walk it out. Okay. So we're going to do some free play in our balance now. And keep your intention in mind of what you want to do as you are exploring your balance. So I'll guide you a little bit, but really you get to do your own thing here. So I'll just, as we enter in it, so feet 11s again. Feel your feet grounded. Feel your toes, your heels. Just notice what is in contact with the floor. And then slowly bring the weight into your right foot. Make sure your knees are not locked. And then when you're ready, lift that left foot up. And now you can explore your balance in any way you want. So maybe you want to kick your leg forward and maybe reach your hands to the side or back. You can go to the sides. Just explore all the directions of your leg. And if you fall out, that's fine. But we're just noticing what's happening as we are balancing here and moving. And you can even go down if you want, and then come back up. And then bringing your intention to mind as you are balancing here, whether it's remembering to breathe, or maybe just being kind to yourself, or just exploring. And try something you haven't done yet. And then come back to center and release that leg down. Shake it out. Whew. And feel that activation in that standing leg. Let's go to the other side. So coming back to 11s, feeling your feet on the ground, pressing them, your toes, your heels, the whole foot, bringing the weight into your left foot this time. And when you feel grounded, play, explore. Keeping that intention in mind. And if you fall out, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just exploration, no judgment here. So kicking the leg in all sorts of directions. Your body will probably naturally counterbalance, or you can intentionally counterbalance by reaching your arms in the opposite direction of your legs. And then a few more moments of exploration. Keep going. Try new things. There's no limits. It's your intention, your exploration. And then starting to come back. Close your eyes if you want, lower your gaze. Just take a moment to bring your awareness back to your breath. Breathe in quickly. Is it shallow or smooth? Just noticing. And if you'd like, you can take one moment, take a second longer on your inhale, and a second longer on your exhale. Notice what that feels like. And then remembering your intention again and just saying that to yourself 3 times. Gentle reminders. When you're ready, you can open up your eyes. Okay. So we're going to do a couple more poses. We're going to activate our legs, and we'll come back down to the ground and stretch it out a little bit and relax. Okay? So we're going to take our right foot, step it back, and the toes are pointing forward. Okay? And you're not on a train or a tight rope. Your legs are just stacked in line with your hips like train tracks. Great. And come into the bend. So you're bending into your front knee. And take a look down. See if you can see your toes. If you can't see your toes, maybe you want to wiggle your feet forward a bit so you can see your toes. And have a nice straight line. Your knees over your ankle. Okay. And even here, what do you notice in your body? What can you feel? I feel activation here for me, a little of a stretch. Might be the same for you, might be something different. Everybody feels different sensations in their body, and it looks and feels different for everyone. Okay. Notice your front foot again, just like we did all that balancing. Feel your front foot pressing into the ground, your toes, your heels, your back toes supporting you. Find some length in your belly, so we're not leaning over like this, but right over our hips. Roll your shoulders back and down. Nice. We're going to inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg, bring our arms up, palms facing behind us, and exhale, bend in that knee, bringing your arms down, palms facing behind. So inhale, coming up, exhale, down. And just continue that, following the rhythm of your own breath. Let's do 5 more. Last one. Hold here. Notice your breath. If you need to take a break and come back in, you can. Honor your bodies. And as we hold here for a little bit more, see if you can practice your intention. You can even close your eyes and say it to yourself if you'd like. We're going to bring our awareness back to that front foot, pressing into it. As you bring your weight forward, slowly bring your back foot forward as we balance and come back up. Nice. Let's do the other side. So stepping the left foot back this time. Finding your position in your legs. So remembering your knee over your ankle. You can see your toes. Pressing into that front foot. Pressing into those back toes. Torso over your body, so not leaning forward, not leaning back, but see if you can find a comfortable mid-range. Great. And we're going to inhale, lift up, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend down. Good. On your inhales, you come up. On your exhales, you bend down. And choose how far down you want to go, right? So we don't want to have any stabbing pain or anything, but find that activation, that stretch that works for you, and honor that. Let's do 5 more together. Practicing your intention. And holding here, noticing the strength and the activation in your body that's holding you up, taking breaks when you need to. Closing your eyes if you'd like. Bringing your awareness to your front foot as you start to bring your weight forward to balance and come up. Bringing your feet beside you. Taking a few breaths here. And I'd like to exhale through my mouth this time. You can do that, or you can exhale through your nose. You decide. Okay. Whew, I'm warm. Are you? Okay, let's take a step back, or I am, because I wanted more space behind me. Inhale, bring your arms up, looking up, coming into just a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, bend your knees generously, forward fold, and touch the ground. Bend as much as you need to touch the ground. See if you can release your neck so you're not holding it up, but it's looking at your knees maybe. And inhale, your next breath in, we're going to bring your hands to your shins. Reach the back of your legs to the back of the room. You might notice your kneecaps lift up. Find some length in your spine so it's nice and long like a table. So if I put a glass on it, it wouldn't fall off. Imagine that the top of the head is stretching out to the other side of the room, and that your legs are reaching back behind you. And notice what you feel, what activation you might feel. On your next exhale, release back down. Bend your knees if you need to, as much as you want. And on your next breath in, raise back up, hands to the shins, extend the back long, reach your legs behind you. Kneecaps are kind of lifting up. And on your next exhale, release down again. You can hold on to your elbows if you like. And just bounce and move side to side if that feels good for you. Letting your head relax so you don't have any tension in the back of your neck. And let that sway come to a still point. Release your hands down, touch the ground, and slowly come back down to the ground to a seated position. Okay, so let's do some stretches for these legs since we were really activating them in our balance and having an intention behind that. Well, let's extend our legs forward, toes pointing up, and then we'll bring whatever leg this is, your right foot in to your thigh. And if your leg doesn't touch the ground, that's fine. Just leave it as it is, or you can put some pillows underneath it if you want to support it. Find that length in your spine, point your toes up, bring your hands to the top of your leg, take a breath in, and on your exhale, we're just going to walk our hands forward, and as soon as you start to feel activation in the back of your leg, stop there. So the aim is not to touch the toes, but just to feel some activation, either maybe here or maybe in your back. And take a few moments to practice your intention, even here. You can release your neck down if you want. You can even bring your hands to the ground if that's more comfortable for you. And start to walk your fingertips back up. Extend the other leg long, and we're going to go to the other side. So left foot in, toes pointing towards the sky, using your supports if you need them, lengthening the spine, bringing the hands to the top of your leg. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, start to lean forward, keeping your chest up. And when you start to feel activation in your body, stop. And you choose how far you want to go. Maybe right here is good, where you started to feel activation, or maybe you want to wiggle your hands forward a little bit. And if it's too much, just come right back. You choose. And once you've figured out how much sensation you want to feel, you can stay here or you can lower your head. Take 2 more breaths here, and then we'll start to come up. Okay. Bringing both feet on the floor or your mat, and bring your hands behind you, fingertips facing away. So you're leaning back a little bit, pressing the hands into the floor so you kind of activate your arms and are lifted through the spine. And you can bring one foot over your knee, and you might need to bring your legs further back or forward, further back or forward. There we go, words. And then you can cross your leg over. If this isn't accessible to you, if it's harder, there's always another option. So first, for this option, bring your leg over, toes pointing up, hands behind you, and you might feel activation already right here. And if you want to feel more activation, you can reach your torso, your body forward. Another option, if that's uncomfortable for you, is to lie on your back. I'm going to do it this way. And you can cross it over this way and bring your knees towards your chest. And you can either hold your legs if you want and press your hand on just below your knee and reach it up towards the ceiling, and bring the other hand beneath your leg here and bring it towards you. So that's another option. Same stretch, reaches the same areas, the muscles. So choose your option. And gently, slowly start to come out. And if you're on the ground, start to raise up. And we're going to go the other way. Well, I'll show you the opposite side. So if you're on the ground, actually stay lying down. The opposite foot comes across the knee. So both knees are standing at first, and crossing the right over the left foot, or the opposite way, whatever you did. The opposite way of what you did before. And engage the legs, the pelvis, lift the knees up towards your chest. Can place one hand on your knee just to give a little effort here, a little extra force as you press it up towards the ceiling. The other hand can wrap behind your other leg and bring it towards your body. So there's two actions. One's pulling towards, the other one's pushing away. So that's one option. And if you're doing the other option and you were sitting, we're going to bring the opposite foot, so hands behind you, opposite leg over your knee. Press your hands into the ground or your mat so it lifts your spine up, and reach your torso forward. And you can either have your legs further away or closer, and you choose the amount of sensation that you want to feel in your body. So choose your options, get in your positions, and we're going to hold here for a little bit. Remember to breathe. Remember to point your toes up. And practice your intention. Notice what you're feeling in your body, any sensations, stretches, warmth, any uncomfortable sensations, any sensations that feel good, or like, I need this. Bringing your awareness to your breath. And then back to your intention. Take 3 more breaths here. And if your eyes are closed, you can open them and gently start to come out of your position. And if you are lying down, come back up and join me just like this. So we're going to have our feet planted in front of us, finding some length in our spine, sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to bring our arms out. And make sure you have some space behind you because we're going back. So coming here, lengthen the spine, lifting up nice and tall. Take a breath in. And exhale, we're going to lower back. And when you feel activation in your belly, just stop there. And then come back up. So do a few of those. We're coming down. Noticing when you feel activation, pausing there for a moment, and then coming back up. And challenge yourself here. So maybe you want to go a little bit just past where you feel activation, just to notice what happens in your body, and then come back up and take a little break. You might notice some shaking, and that's totally normal. Your body's just being engaged. Let's do one more. So coming down, choose your activation level. That's amount of sensation you want to feel in your body. And we're going to hold here for 5, 4, remember to breathe, 2, 1, and now we're going to go all the way back. Release down. Take a rest. Notice your breath. Notice what it feels like to be lying down on the ground. Let's bring our arms out to a T, so across the body. And on your next exhale, we're going to just lower the knees to the right and look to the left, so the opposite direction of your legs. Inhale, bring the knees up. Exhale, lower it to the other side. And just do a few more of those. So inhales, legs. And now just take a little bit longer to rest. So whatever side you are on, just rest there for a little bit. And on your next inhale, lift the knees up. And exhale, lower them to the opposite side. And let your legs rest there for a few moments.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, go for it.
On your next inhale, raise your knees up to center and bring your arms closer into your body. If it's comfortable for you, extend your legs long, and we're just gonna rest, whether that's in Shavasana, which is the position I'm in now, or if you wanna rest on your side or with your knees up, it's up to you. And we're just gonna rest for a minute here. We did so much work, so much activation and stretching, and now it's our time to relax. So choose a position that will allow you best to relax. You can choose to focus on your intention in this pose. Or maybe you want to focus your attention to your breath. Or maybe nothing at all. You just want to lie down and let your mind just do its own thing. Your choice, your intention. And whenever the mind starts to wander away from the intention that you set, just acknowledge that and then bring it back to focus to whatever your intention is, whatever you wanted.
You need to close it.
That's okay. Gently start to bring your awareness back into your body. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Maybe rotate your ankles and your wrists. And on your next breath in, reach your hands up over your head. Point your toes in the opposite direction and just take some time to stretch in whatever way feels good for you. And I'll give you 10 more seconds to stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And start to come back up to a seated position. Taking your time, don't rush. And keeping your eyes closed or lowered, just take some time to reflect on the intention that you made for today's practice. Without judgment, but just notice, were there moments where you were able to practice your intention? Were there moments that you forgot? Were there times that you discovered something by practicing your intention? Just reflect. And I'm going to read one of the quotes that we started with. First, it is an intention, then a behavior, then a habit, then a practice, then a second nature. Then it is simply who you are. First, it is an intention, then a behavior, then a habit, then a practice, then a second nature, then it's simply who you are. Keeping your eyes closed or lowered, thinking about an intention that you want to set for the rest of your day, whether that's the same intention or you want to change it. And then say that to yourself 3 times. When you're ready, you can gently open up your eyes, bring up your gaze. And I just want to thank you for joining me in our practice, in this practice, and exploring today and taking time to come to your mat, your carpet, wherever you're at, and just giving time for yourself and setting that intention. And I encourage you to explore this. Explore before you wake up, thinking about an intention that you want to do for the day or have for the day. And then before you go to bed, just taking time to reflect on it without judgment, but just noticing how things went, what you learned, what were the best moments of practicing that intention, and exploring that for a week. Okay? Till later. Bye.